bouncing ball patch, I think for a lot of musicians, is more a proof of concept than it is maybe a helpful musical feature, for lack of a better term. And so what I've been working on in the last couple of weeks is ways that I can maybe incorporate it into a more conventional musical setting. Conventional probably isn't the best term to use when we're talking about modular synthesis, but it's what I'm going with for now. So I've already got it patched up, and I'm using my LPG by Pittsburgh Modular, but just on the filter setting, and then the DPO oscillator. I don't see too many people talking about these filters, but this is my favorite filter. It's based off of the Korg MS-20 filter, or it's used the same chips, and it's got that same sort of raw, very ripping kind of sound that I like. And then obviously the DPO, which is the best. So coming down now to the maths, a couple of things that I do differently is I take the attenuated output from channel 1 to control the fall, and then the full output, I plug that into channel 3. Channel 3 and 4 then take the sum out to control the filter. So this part here is common. I know that that's how they do it in the Make Noise manual, to add this sort of logarithmic effect to the overall filter sound. But to have this here, especially with the way that I use the bouncing ball patch, I find it helps create some interesting new rhythms. And that's really the main point of this, is to create new rhythms and interesting rhythms just from the bouncing ball patch. So if we listen to just the straight bouncing ball patch, here it is here. Which I think is so cool. It's great that we're able to do these kinds of things with musical instruments. And so for people who don't know, the fall time on channel 1 controls the overall length of the passage, and then the fall time on the 4th channel function generator controls the intervals between each fall, between each sort of bouncing ball, if we continue the analogy. But the thing that I've been doing differently is by adding in another function generator, and this creates an offset rhythm to what's happening inside maths. And because we have these 3 repeating function generators, we start to get some really cool different ways of creating rhythm. It should make sound straight away, so I'm going to just turn this down. And so you can see it's starting to go off. We can hear it here. But now if I take if I start to cycle this now, and then work around with the different lengths of each of the different fall times, that's sort of the general idea. Right now it's a pretty raw way of doing that. Not very interesting. But once you start to add some extra bits to it, it sounds pretty cool. I'll plug it into my Clouds clone that I have here. Turn this down first. So with the introduction of delay, I think we get some cool sounds out of it as well. So maybe if we, there's a couple of extra things we can do that I like to do, which is if I take the end of cycle output and use that as a hang on another function generator, I should get some sample and hold type effects. And you can use that maybe to control the shape. Sort of a simple way I could start to use that and then break out from there. I really like this patch and I thought I'd just make something. There's a lot of points obviously from maths that we can now take these different values and use them to control other things. You know, this sort of sample and hold idea. I usually use the Instro sample and hold for this sort of thing. But you know, functions here. It's just I find that using the function, maybe I'm doing it wrong. I mean, if I am, somebody let me know, that'd be great. Because yeah, just always never seems to work as well as I'd like it to. But yeah. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to see if anybody uses this type of thing. Now obviously, I'm sure plenty of people have done this, sort of taken this bouncing ball thing and making it a bit more usable. Obviously it doesn't sound like a bouncing ball anymore, but yeah, I really like it. Thanks for watching.